Tarik is still interacting with Minty, and it's driving Hazel crazy. What can he do to make things right? All this and more on this week's video. Hey, it's Dave Allen, the dating specialist. I help high-profile singles and couples achieve lasting love through the mastery of proven skills. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, pause the video for a second and hit that subscribe button. Subscribe now to get access to more videos where I share principles that will help you find and keep a healthy and fulfilling relationship. In this video, I'll be talking about this week's episode of 90 Day Fiancé. Reality TV shows that deal with relationships provide me with some specific situations I can respond to and share principles. As I talk to and about the people on the show, I'll be giving them the benefit of the doubt, because what we are seeing on TV is not the full story. This week, I'll be focusing on the conflict and communication between Tarik and Hazel. I'll be speaking to Tarik as if he were my client and teaching a few principles that can help him and you find lasting love. Let's get started. For those of you who watch the 90 Day Fiancé show, you know that Tarik and Hazel desire to bring in a girlfriend as part of their relationship. In the past, they were dating a girl named Minty. Hazel became jealous of Minty and decided that she and Tarik should break up with her. Hazel found out later that Tarik had maintained some contact with Minty without her knowledge. Needless to say, she was upset. Tarik apologized and promised to stop contact with Minty. That gives you some quick background to set the stage for what happens next. Tarik and Hazel. You were looking for another girlfriend to bring into the relationship, but were having a hard time finding someone that you could both agree on. At this point, I'm not going to comment on that aspect of your relationship, other than to say it can add some major complications, as you have found out by experience. Tarik, because you and Hazel were having a difficult time finding a girlfriend, you suggested that you set up a video chat with Minty to get advice from her about the kind of girlfriend you should bring into your relationship. You claimed this was because Minty knew the two of you both so well and understood the dynamic. Tarik, this shows a lack of empathy on your part for both Hazel and Minty. For Hazel, she has already experienced hurt feelings because of your relationship with Minty. This was made worse when she found out you were contacting Minty again behind her back. Asking Hazel to make contact with Minty again is pouring salt in the wound. For Minty, she has been removed from this relationship with the two of you. Asking Minty for advice on who you and Hazel should date is basically saying, "You're not good enough, but is there anyone else you would recommend who is?" Can you see how that might make her feel? Tarik, along with empathy, you have also struggled with accepting personal responsibility for this lapse in judgment. While you admit that it was a bad idea to set up the conversation with Minty, I don't know that I heard you take the time to apologize. Instead of accepting blame, you continue to try to justify your actions. And you have also tried shifting the blame to Hazel. At one point, you say to her,
"But we didn't even get to talk about that with her, because once she saw your attitude, then that's going to make her have an attitude right then."
After a conversation with your friend Jake, I think you're seeing more clearly that you may have made a mistake. You're talking about taking the action of deleting Minty from your phone. This is a great step, but it's also important that you apologize to Hazel. Because you're not seeing that this interaction and continued connection with Minty is problematic, that is going to make Hazel not feel safe in the relationship with you. If you're willing to make this kind of a decision in front of her and defend it, what kind of a decision would you make behind her back? If you apologize and admit you made a mistake, I believe Hazel would be much more likely to move on and have more trust in you. I understand that you're having a hard time because Hazel is not trusting you. The number one need of a man is to be in a relationship where he feels trusted and respected. However, you can't expect her to trust you when your actions are not appearing trustworthy and are not helping her to feel safe in the relationship. So let's talk about some of the potential ways to apologize to Hazel. Gary Chapman, who developed the 5 love languages, also developed the 5 languages of apology. I'll leave a link to his book down in the description. Similar to the love languages, Dr. Chapman teaches that each one of us has a preferred apology language that may differ from the people we love. Therefore, Tarik, it will be important for you to discover what Hazel's primary language of apology is. Here are the 5 languages of apology. First, expressing regret. In other words, saying, "I'm sorry." Keep in mind that you don't want to jump to say "I'm sorry" too quickly. Take the time to try to understand your partner's perspective so they don't think you're just saying sorry to try to move on. The second apology language is accepting responsibility. In other words, saying, I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. Third, making restitution or trying to restore what was lost through your actions. In some cases, full restitution may be difficult or impossible, but you can start by asking, what can I do to make it right? What can I do to show you that I still care? Fourth, genuinely repenting. Now, this has a bit of a religious connotation, but it basically means that you will change your ways and try not to repeat the behavior again. Depending on what you're trying to change and the importance of it, you may develop a plan and communicate it with your partner to show you are serious in doing what you can to avoid repeating the mistake. The fifth language of apology is requesting forgiveness. Ask your partner, will you forgive me? They may not be able to forgive you right in that moment, and you'll need to be okay with that. But by asking for forgiveness, you can take another step forward in the direction of healing the relationship. So, Tarik, which one of these apology languages would be best to use with Hazel? That will be something the two of you need to discover together. In some cases, you may need to use multiple of these languages of apology. By accepting responsibility and apologizing, this will help Hazel to feel safe in the relationship and will help her to build trust in you, which is what you so greatly desire. So those are some of my thoughts on this latest episode of 90 Day Fiancé. If you're struggling to find lasting love, this is what you're going to do. Click the link in the description below to go to my calendar. Schedule an intake session with me and then fill out your personalized needs assessment. After your intake session, I'll create a personalized lasting love action plan that is matched to your specific needs to help you find the healthy and happy relationship you're longing for. Now, that may sound a little bit clinical, but it's one of the things that makes my services different. You're going to love the results. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and ring that notification bell.